Section 95 of the Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri, translated by Courtney Langdon. This Librivox recording is in the public domain. Paradiso, Canto 28. The Ninth Heaven. Primum Mobile. The Angelic Hierarchies. The Point. The 9 Orders of Angels and the 9 Heavens.
After the truth against the present life of wretched mortals had been shown to me by her who lifts my mind to paradise, as in a mirror he perceives its flame, who from behind is lighted by a torch, before he has it in his sight or thought, and turns around to notice if the glass have told the truth, and sees that it accords therewith, as with its music's time a song, so likewise now my memory recalls that I did, as I gazed in those fair eyes, whence love had made accord to capture me. And as I turned around, and mine were touched by that which in that sphere becomes apparent, whene'er one looks intently at its centre, a point I saw, which rays out light so keen that eyes which it enkindles needs must close by reason of its great intensity. And any star that from down here seems smallest would seem to be a moon, if set beside it, as at each other's side the stars are set. Perhaps as near as e'er a halo seems to gird the light around, which colours it, when densest is the air which gives it form, a ring of fire was whirling round the point so swiftly that it would have overcome the motion which most quickly girds the world. And by another this was girt around, that by a third, as this one by a fourth, then by a fifth the fourth, and by a sixth the fifth. The seventh came next. Outside of these so widely spread that Juno's messenger, fully circled, were too narrow to contain it. Like these the eighth ring and the ninth, and each more slowly moved, as in its order's number it whirled at greater distance from the first. And that one had the clearest flame of all, whence the pure spark least distant was, because, I think, it most intruths itself therein. My lady, who profoundly lost in thought beheld me, said to me,
On yonder point heaven and the whole of nature are dependent. Look at the circle most conjoined to it, and know thou that it moves so rapidly because spurred onward by its burning love.
And I to her, if ordered were the world as I perceive it is in yonder wheels, what is before me set had sated me. But in the world of sense all revolutions may be perceived to be the more divine, as from the centre they are more remote. Hence, if my longing is to be appeased in this mirific and angelic temple, whose only boundaries are light and love, 'tis fit that I hear further why the example and its exemplar do not correspond, for by myself I think on this in vain.
No wonder is it, if for such a knot thy fingers insufficient are, so hard hath it become through lack of being tried.
My lady thus. She then continued,
Take what I shall tell thee, wouldst thou sated be, and on it subtly concentrate thy mind. The embodied circles wide or narrow are according to the more or less of virtue distributed through all their several parts. A greater goodness makes for greater weal. A greater body greater weal bespeaks, if all its parts are perfect equally. Hence that which with itself sweeps onward all the universe remaining, corresponds to yonder circle which most loves and knows. If, then, thou stretch thy measure round the virtue, not round the appearance, of the substances which seem arranged in circles to thy sight, thou'lt see a marvellous conformity, of more to larger, and of less to smaller, in every heaven to its intelligence.
even as the hemisphere of air remains resplendent and serene, when Boreas blows out of the cheek, from which he mildest proves, whereby the fog which troubled it before is cleansed and cleared, until the welkin smiles upon us with the charms of all its wards. Even such did I become, when once my lady had with her clear reply provided me, and like a star in heaven the truth was seen. And when her words had ceased, not otherwise doth iron when still boiling scintillate, than yonder circles sparkled. Every spark followed its kindler, and so many were they, that their whole number far more thousands counts than ever did the doubling of the chess. From choir to choir I heard Hosanna sung to that fixed point which holds them at the where, and ever will, where they have always been. And she who in my mind my doubtful thoughts was seeing, said,
The primal rings have shown the seraphs to thee, and the cherubim. Thus swiftly do they heed their bonds, to make them as like the point as may be, and as like it they can be as their vision is sublime. Those other loves that round about them move, thrones of countenance divine are called, and for this reason end the primal triad. And thou shouldst know that all of them are happy, according as their vision plumbs the truth, wherein all understanding is at rest. From this it may be seen how blessedness is founded on the faculty which sees, and not on that which loves and follows after. The measure of this vision is the merit which both of grace and of goodwill is born. Such, then, is their advance from grade to grade, the second triad which, like that above, produces buds in this eternal spring, whose foliage no nocturnal Aries spoils, sings endlessly its vernal song of praise to 3 sweet melodies, which sound in 3 orders of joy, wherewith it shrines itself. 3 goddesses are in that hierarchy. The dominations first, the virtues next. The third one is the order of the powers. Then, in the last 2 dancing choirs but one, with principalities archangels whirl. The last is wholly of angelic joys. All these angelic orders upward look, and downward so prevail, that all to God attracted are, and all in turn attract. And Dionysius with such great desire gave himself up to contemplate these orders, that he both named and graded them as I, but with him later Gregory disagreed, and hence, as soon as ever in this heaven he oped his eyes, at his own self he smiled. Nor would I have thee wonder that on earth a mortal should disclose a truth so secret, for he who saw it here revealed it to him, with many other truths about these rings. End of Paradiso Canto 28.